many stereotypes that were challenged when I actually did that move into the cybersecurity world.
And it just seems like the more advanced and versatile a tool is, the more hazardous it can be in the wrong hands.
Welcome to the Come Up Starter Kit. My name is Shankar. Have you ever thought about a career in cybersecurity or even working for a startup? Well, we are going to be chatting to the team at Aiculus, who are a cybersecurity company. Now, they have been lucky enough to receive seed funding of $670,000 US. Now, that's no chump change. Let's go have a chat to the team. Solo, I couldn't find you in the main office. What are you doing here in the lab?
Oh, I was just looking at these wonderful tools and trying to figure out how much damage could be done if any of them were weaponized. And you know what's funny? The more convenient and powerful a tool is, the more the damage we can do.
So what does that have to do with Aiculus?
Well, we're in the business of cybersecurity. So what we care about is when technology is emerging or exists, what was it intended for? And how do we stop that technology from being misused? In this case, we specialize in APIs. Do you know what an API is?
I have no idea.
API is just short for Application Programming Interface. A really simple example of what that is back in the day, I'd go into a bank, and if I wanted to make a deposit or adjust anything within the bank system, I'd give 100 points of ID, a license, a bank card, address to the bank teller, and they would adjust it for me, interfacing with their database. But today, through a 4-digit PIN or fingerprint, I can go directly into the bank system, instruct a payment, instruct any sort of transaction without dealing with the teller and without being verified. So question to you, how useful is your mobile phone? How many things do you do on your mobile phone? And what would happen if you fell asleep at a party or on a train and I came up and touched your finger to the fingerprint thing and was able to access your phone? How much damage could I do, Shankar? So we're in the business of helping organizations secure their APIs from fraud and misuse. So we're able to do that in such a way that they get security, they get visibility as to what's happening in their APIs. For example, I know the sent items that came out of my phone, but I don't know every single piece of data that left. I don't know whether I'm being spied on or not. Our solution is able to do that. And the third thing is, by anonymizing the data for clients that deal with sensitive information like banks or governments, we're able to perform this function, provide visibility without viewing personally identifiable information. Win-win if you ask me.
So what if someone wants to start a career in cybersecurity?
You know I love to talk, but I've got just the person for you. Come with me.
Hi, I'm Vanessa, the cybersecurity lead within Aiculus. I've been working within Aiculus for the past 1 year. What I do in a day-to-day is I protect the systems, the software technology, the people, and our customers' data. Enough about me. Come on, let's have a chat.
Now today I have Vanessa, who is the cybersecurity lead here at Aiculus. Vanessa has had one interesting story. She moved from Mauritius to Australia. She changed disciplines from finance to cybersecurity, and then she broke into an internship with Aiculus where it all began. What I wanted to do was break into Vanessa's story and give you a bit of a rundown. Vanessa, what was the struggles that you had when you moved from Mauritius to Australia?
Indeed, Shankar, moving from Mauritius to Australia was one of the biggest decisions I ever had to make in my life. So it was a collective decision between me and my husband. And I realized actually at some point in time that we did have a good life, a good job. But when we looked at career opportunities, we saw that it was quite limited. So we took that leap of faith, crossed the ocean, left family, friends behind, and then came into Australia actually to start life from afresh. And I believe that I've personally challenged a lot of stereotypes, like changing my career during my mid-30s, and then into a sector as novel as cybersecurity, which is gaining much limelight nowadays. And being a woman in tech, and especially somebody not coming from a typical STEM background, so science, technology, engineering, or mathematical background, and breaking all those stereotypes and starting, finally get an opportunity to start with an internship and then move on different roles within the company till now leading the cybersecurity strategy within Aiculus. So it's been a pretty amazing journey with lots of challenges, especially when I had to go through, when leaving Mauritius, actually the emotional stress, the financial stress, and the whole stress of job hunting, especially during COVID time. It was quite enlightening at the same time, but yeah, like lots and lots of challenges.
Now, you were previously in finance and you decided to change your career to cybersecurity. What was the motivation behind that?
So basically, I've spent 15 years of my life working within the banking industry, and I've kind of seen it evolve over time. So today we're not speaking about traditional banks. We are talking about concept about open banking and digital banking. So many things of what we've been doing initially now is being done online. Like we're using internet banking, we're using mobile banking to do the exact same transactions that we'd be doing in a traditional branch. So I kind of see that at some point in time, many things that we are doing would be overtaken by technology, would be overtaken. So this is one of the reasons why I decided to explore something relating to technology, and that could blend with my current skill, which is into management, banking, and finance, and portray it as a unique skill. And I would say that digitization is happening everywhere around the globe, and especially with this pandemic, the number of transactions going online. So going digital actually just gives attackers another motive to target, to increase their targets, and at the end of the day, get information, get critical information, get money out of people. So I kind of see that well before it happened, and this contributed actually to one of the reasons for me to switch into cybersecurity.
Okay. And with so many graduates that are finishing with a degree in cybersecurity, you were able to secure an internship with Aiculus. How did you go about doing that?
Okay, so as a student, when I was doing actually my full-time studies, I was very active when it came to attending social events around in Melbourne. We're quite lucky here because even in Mauritius, you don't have like community or professionals meeting on a regular basis and then brainstorming and sharing stories and things that have happened in their areas. But so lucky here to be in Australia where you have those platforms. So I've been out there looking for, to gain some more insights about security, because I was very new. There was nobody I knew into this space. My family members, friends, people with whom I hang out are not actually from security. So I wanted to actually connect with some people within that space who can give me, some guidance, some ideas about what are the things that I need to do to kickstart a career. What are the things that I need to consider to be in the specific profession within the cybersecurity domain that I want to explore. So basically, these events have provided me with that platform to meet a lot of people within the industry. It's not that you have people, only executives attending those, you have only pen testers attending those. It's open to actually anyone. So be it you're a student, be it you are an intern, be it you are a full-time employee, an executive, those platforms are actually open. So I made the optimal use of those platforms. Okay. And I happened to meet Umaru in one of those platforms. And So Mauro is actually the founder and CEO of Aiculus. And when it happened that I was job hunting, I reached out to him that it's very unprecedented times, COVID hit. So if there would be any opportunity, I would be happy to explore. And it happened that he was working towards the cybersecurity strategy for Aiculus. And I gave him a helping hand with that. And it was a never looking back journey.
Yeah. Now, finally, for people who are interested in pursuing a career in cybersecurity, what do you love about cybersecurity?
So for me personally, Shankar, I'm a person who's very passionate about challenging the status quo. If you give me something, a routine work, a piece of work to do, morning to afternoon, and repeating that day after day, I easily get bored. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's more about learning different new things every day, and not repeating the exact same thing that I used to do 1 week or 1 month ago. So in cybersecurity, actually, we have a very dynamic environment. Like, technology is ever evolving, lots of breaches, hacks happening, lots of security products are in the market. So you have to be constantly on the move, constantly learning, updating, upgrading, learning, relearning, de-learning. So that whole process is what really makes it fun, actually, for me. So this is what I actually love about cybersecurity.
Wonderful. All right, everyone. What we're going to do in the next segment, Vanessa is going to teach us her top 3 tips if you are looking for a career in cybersecurity.
Hi, I'm Vanessa, the cybersecurity lead within Aiculus, and here are my top 3 tips to be successful in cybersecurity. Tip number 1, think like an evil person, but do good things. By that, I mean think about how a malicious attacker would think, and then take some counteractions about protecting your data, protecting your systems, protecting your hardware, your software, and even protecting your customers' data. Tip number 2, whatever industry you're working in, which has to deal with technology, at some point in time will require cybersecurity. By cybersecurity, we do not mean only pen testing, coding, and programming, though. There are so many other different things that you can do within the cybersecurity space. Like, you have information security, you have cybersecurity sales, you have all of these within the cybersecurity space. So whatever you know within any other industry, whatever transferable skills you have, is not entirely lost. Make sure that you bring it to the table and help find novel ways in solving complex cybersecurity issues. Tip number 3, I would say network, network, and network. Be careful though. By network, I don't mean only socializing. I mean creating value within each of your networks. There is an amazing bunch of people out there within our community who are out there ready to help people who want to either transition from any other industry, transition from any other career, and want to kickstart their career within cybersecurity. So make sure that you make optimal use of platforms available. By platforms, I mean meetup.com, Eventbrite, and leverage those platforms so that you can reach out to maximum people within the industry and grow your knowledge within cybersecurity.
Got an interview coming up? The most common question that is asked in an interview is, tell me about yourself. So many people get stuck on this question. Now, how do you answer this question? What you need to do is make sure that this is a full-bodied answer. So what do I mean by that? So you want to paint a picture to the hiring manager and the recruiter. So let them know, what degree did you study? What roles did you undertake throughout your career? And then let them know where you want to go with your career. These are 3 things that you want to mention when answering this question. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Come Up Starter Kit. We'll catch you on the next episode. I had a really fun time here with the people at Aiculus. I'm going to make sure that my phone is all secure.